David Garlow. Today I'm talking to David Lynam of the rock band Lynam. All right. Well, thanks for giving me a day after we got destroyed by snow yesterday.
Oh, no problem at all.
All right. All right. Let's get going. I got Lynam. Is that how you say it?
That's it. That's how you pronounce it. Good job. First time through. I can't believe you nailed it.
I get tongue tied every time I try that. So.
Yeah, we get misspelled on every marquee we play. It seems like.
Well, I think I misspelled it when I made you on my Google Notes. So there you go. But I'll fix it when I do the article. Anyway, you guys released Halfway to Hell in December, and I just listened to the CD. It's a great CD. Can you talk about getting the album done and describe it a little bit?
Well, we kind of got motivated to get in the studio. Jacob did that project with Adler.
Yep.
And that shined a light on us in all parts of the world that we really, nobody had ever noticed us before, and it turned a lot of our heroes that we grew up listening to onto our music, because they kind of did a background check on them, and of course the first thing you see is our band. And so we started getting, we kind of decided to hang it up on releasing full-length albums, and then some of our heroes we grew up loving started contacting us saying, man, you guys' CD never leaves the CD player, and you guys are always in my iPod, and it got us kind of fired up to release at least an EP. And that's kind of how it came about. We had a couple of songs on there that were written for the Adler album that Steven, for whatever reason, didn't want to use. And Jacob was really partial to the songs, really liked them. So, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So that was the starting point. And he wrote, a few other songs. We've actually got about 60 songs written, but finding time to record with our producer is just the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I actually talked to Adler, talked to Steven. You guys were headed this way to play at Monterey's out in Pennville, and I interviewed him, and then it wasn't soon after that he ended up right back in rehab and all that. So.
Yeah, man, it's they kind of made a decision, the band as a whole, that they're not going to drag Steven out on the road when he's not in good condition.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that Steven has surrounded himself with in the past that are just kind of yes man, and they want all the money they can get out of him. They're not too concerned about his health. That's where Steven really lucked up in getting into the band with Jacob, Lonnie, and Johnny, because they all decided from the very beginning, look, if Steven's not fit to tour, we're just not going to tour. I mean, everybody's got other projects that they can go do, so they're not dependent on it. They got the studio album done, but as far as touring goes, they're not going to risk his life to go out there and make a buck.
That's having a heart and being human, man. That's cool.
Yeah. You don't see that much in this industry, though.
No, not at all. I know some tragic stories and some friends that I've lost too early in this life from, the same type of thing. So.
I mean, Jacob took me out when he did the shows with Adler, and I was Steven's drum tech, and it was really a babysitting job. You wouldn't believe the amount of jerk-offs that try and bring him drugs and shots, and it's like they've never seen him on that TV show and don't know the demons he battles. And so it was a full-time job. Like I felt like everywhere I went, I had garbage can lids in my hand, just trying to block everybody from, screwing him up. It was tough work getting the drums up and down, getting him to and from hotel rooms, and just keeping the cronies away from him. It was really the toughest thing.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, there's too many people like that out there. So, cheers to you for that.
Thank you.
You guys are really cool with press types, no matter what they do. Today, I've seen a bunch of interviews you guys have done on YouTube this morning, and would you ever get into an interview and think, what the hell is this?
Yeah, well, it's funny. I think that we've gotten into a lot of interviews, and the interviewer has thought, what the hell is this? Or, We have, you know, that's why when you said our name right at first, I was like, that's such a big hump to be over, because usually we'll sit through an whole interview with them calling us Hyman or Lyman or Lemon, and we just go along with it. We never correct them, because the last thing you want to do is make somebody look like a jerk on the air, you know. So I'm so glad you got the name of the band. That's such a big hump to be over in an interview.
5 years into this, I always do my homework, man. So
yeah, I get it.
Now, Halfway to Hell is band. Is this your 7th album? Is that correct?
Yeah, 7th studio effort. We have one live CD that we just we took recordings over the past 8 years, and we thumbed through them and tried to find, you know, 10 or so tracks with the least amount of mistakes.
Right.
And we didn't autocorrect. We didn't, you know, anytime a live album's released nowadays, they go back and correct everything before they release it. We didn't correct anything. So when you get our live CD, it's true. I mean, you'll hear an out-of-tune vocal here and there, and it's as real as it gets when it comes to a live album. But it's several different shows, so none of them are the same show, and it's a span of like over 8 or so years. So it's pretty neat.
That's cool. Now you guys have your original bass player back too, right?
Yeah, we did, man. He left to do that movie with Tom Cruise, the Rock of Ages. He was Tom's bass player in that. If you see that the band Arsenal, he was the bass player in it. And then after that, he got a job doing the tour, which paid really well.
Oh yeah.
So the touring musical, he did that for a while, but he was like, man, it's just. He kind of wanted back in. He was like, I talked to him a few months into it. He was like, man, this is the furthest thing from a rock touring band that you could ever imagine. It is just frou nation. Everybody here is nothing like the rock and roll scene. He missed it a lot. And the money was so good that he did it as long as he could, and to the point where he was just like, I got to get out. I got to get back into rock.
Understandable. All right. Now the album is great, straight up rock. How's it going so far since you released it?
Man, we haven't had a bad review yet. I mean, I figure I keep telling my friends, look, listen to it and rip us apart. At least get one bad review out there, because it doesn't seem believable that everybody would like it. I mean, there's got to be people out there that absolutely hate our new EP, but every magazine, every online service, everybody that's reviewed it loves it. So I don't know. It's kind of like, you know, people talk about you. You just can't get them to talk about you to your face. So I know there's a bad review out there somewhere. We just can't find it. So, I mean, part of it makes me excited that, you know, that many people like it. I know one thing. It's a quick listen. I mean, you're in and out of it in 30 minutes.
I hate to tell you, I'm not going to give it a bad review either. So. All right, now, so you guys have some dates planned out. What lies ahead for you guys as you start looking into summer?
Well, we've got us the first time in several years, we've got a great booking agent. He's putting together a summer tour. We're going to be doing some festivals. We're going to hit a lot of markets that we hadn't hit since, I'd say back in 2006. So we've got a busy summer starting, I guess, around halfway through May and going to July. And then we'll see where it goes from there. You know, as the single picks up steam, we'll just follow along with it. You know, we'd like to get overseas, possibly, and hit some markets that we've never played before, and that's kind of the point. That's another thing why we kind of motivated us to get into the studios. We realized that we weren't getting any airplay. I mean, we weren't getting any tour offers or anything like that.
Right.
So we were like, you know what? Tired of playing regionally, which we do. We never stop touring, even when we're not doing a nationwide tour. We're doing we're playing, you know, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida.
Cool. Yeah, I think, well, getting the right booking agent is all the battle, because I know, like Benedictum, they're out of Arizona, and they've got some great stuff. They just put out their 4th album, and they're having a hell of a time getting out there on the road. So
you'll get a kick out of this. Our booking agent is the guitar player for Quiet Riot.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so he's doing our booking, and you know, it's great to have a musician actually booking you, because he understands routing. He understands, like we told him, look, we don't want a day off. We're not one of those bands that needs 3 days on, 2 days off. We will play 2-3 shows a day, and we've done it. When we first built this band back in 2001 and 2002, we would do 8 shows a week. And that means one day we'd do a double dipper. We could find a daytime show, we go play it, and we're just conditioned to tour like that. If we're going to be out away from our families and playing, we want to be, you know, working. So we're not, you know, Jacob's, got a voice that he could sing all night. He's got a pretty strong voice. It doesn't go out. He doesn't drink or smoke or anything like that. So he's got it conditioned to do some heavy touring. So we kind of sent him our marching orders and said, look, you book us everywhere and anywhere as long as it routes well and doesn't cost us an arm and a leg. Let's go play some shows and get in front of some people. So that's what he's been doing, and man, it's been awesome. The dates that are popping in right now, we can't even announce a lot of them, but when we're playing Rock the Falls out in Boise, Idaho, and we got some other festivals we're going to be doing this summer that we're excited about, and then we, of course, hit the smaller clubs to do our bar arena rock is what we call it.
Arena. Cool.